Here we go. Once again, we have another episode of Smokey Head's Retro Movie Show. Okay? And this one, wow.
Yeah, that's all you can say is wow. It blew our freaking minds doing this one.
This was another movie that I just didn't care to watch forever. And I was just like, whatever, you know. Just another war movie. Platoon. Forget it. It was just, it blew my mind. I could not believe.
It blew all of our minds. All of our minds got blown. Because what happened was, the story behind it was that a couple of weeks beforehand, I was looking at the movies to watch for the podcast. And I saw it, and I was like, I don't remember this movie at all. And I love war movies. And I'm like, why? I was like, was there something about this movie that I didn't like or something? So I said, let me just check it out. I literally halfway through, I'm texting them, guys, we got to do fucking Platoon. This movie is unbelievable. And I got the same response. And
yeah, I mean, and this is another one. I was like, all right, let me just sit down and watch it, you know. And I was just like, you know, every war movie shows you, you know, like Vietnam movie shows you, oh, we had this mission and we had, you know, it was a tough fight because there was like a lot of fighting and stuff. But this one just let you know what it was like to be in the shit. You know,
put you right in the center of being in the war.
Yeah, it wasn't so much about a mission.
Feeling, you could see the bugs and feel the sweat and you feel the grunt and grime. Through the mud, I'm telling you.
It's the most realistic Vietnam movie ever made.
How it messed with your mind, you know, it turns you into an animal, a whole different person, you know.
And the biggest reason why is because it was written and directed by Oliver Stone, who was a war veteran himself. We have a great conversation about this movie. Definitely check out this podcast. You're going to love it if you're a fan of Platoon. If you're not a fan, check this movie out. It's not for the weak at heart. There's some disturbing scenes in there. Definitely. There were scenes that definitely got kind of like were a kick in the gut to me. I was like, oh damn, I haven't felt that in a movie in a while. But it's a great one.
Yeah, so sit back, relax, and you know, get ready to have your mind blown. Yep.
Roll the trailer.
In 1967, Oliver Stone was a combat infantryman in Vietnam. During his tour, he received a Bronze Star for gallantry. 10 years later, in Hollywood, he was picking up an Oscar for the screenplay of Midnight Express. Now he has another story to tell, a movie that grew out of his own experience. Stone has come a long way from Vietnam, but he has not left it behind. The first real casualty of war is innocence. The first real movie about the war in Vietnam is Platoon.
Welcome to another episode of Smokey Head's Retro Movie Show.
The 80s.
Going on, brother?
Nothing much. Just glad to be back for another episode.
Yeah. All right, so today's episode, Platoon.
Ooh.
The classic.
I wound up, all right, the reason why I got Platoon was because the last podcast, one of the podcasts we did was First Blood.
No.
I started reading the book. And there's a couple of scenes in there about Vietnam, whatever. And I was like, you know, I really want to see something Vietnam, whatever. So late night, one night, I saw HBO Max had a Platoon. I was like, you know what? I don't remember. I haven't seen it since it first came out. And it fucking blew me away.
I got to tell you, I've seen little pieces of it. I've never actually seen the whole movie.
Exactly.
And I watched it, and I was like, wow, I cannot believe I went through all of this
right?
without seeing this movie.
Exactly.
It was that good. I mean, it was like being in the shit. It was like every other Vietnam movie was just like, you know, yeah, it rained, you know, it sucked. We did this. But I mean, this went down to like the torture of like the bugs just being all over you all the time, and you're like, oh,
the rain
man.
came up from under the ground.
Yeah, it was in a big old fat rain.
This is my 4K version of it. The transfer wise, as far as I heard, because those got the Blu-ray. I didn't check the Blu-ray on it, but the transfer was decent. For a 4K, I was a little disappointed. I was just like, it was like Predator. Predator was like that too.
I was gonna say,
they didn't get it from the original negatives.
Max had the conversion or anything like that, but it definitely looked kind of crappy.
Oh yeah, my
the quality.
Yeah. I mean, this looked great. It was just that it wasn't like, but it's also an older movie. You know, there's a lot of green and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you one thing though, that just popped in my head about the movie. Had I seen this, I would have gotten the joke a little bit clearer in Tropic Thunder when William Dafoe and Ben Stiller do the whole. I had no idea that was what it was from. I thought he was just being over dramatic and stuff. But then when I saw it, I was like, "Oh my god!" And then he even did the jerk, like,
So, and that was the poster too. That's why I remember that scene from. That was like the most iconic scene from the movie. That was the poster that was in the trailer and everything.
Yeah, right.
Again, as we always say,
well,
spoilers.
the poster doesn't show who it is. It's just an outline of a man.
That's true.
So thanks a lot, Lou.
Well, they're going to be spoilers. Hell, you spoiled Blowout. I mean,
yeah. Make sure you put the spoiler alert graphic on there.
It's going to be one for everyone.
So let's
Numbers.
Here we go.
We'll do it right there this time. Right there, Chopper.
Yeah, I got it. I researched the
You've been following our episodes, you'll know what we're talking about.
If you remember correctly, the budget for this movie is $6 million. All right, I got it so far. Opening weekend, $241,000.
Yeah, that was a limited release. Yeah,
limited
release. And gross with $139 million.
That's real nice.
Did you see what the date was when it came out?
1986.
Oh, February
6th.
Oh, okay.
I was surprised that, for the quality of that movie for $6 million, but I guess back then, maybe I'm just not.
He said on the commentary he made the most of that money, and they were in the Philippines and they did it. So the American government wanted nothing to do with it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they were like, "No, this is fictional. This is not how it happened, or whatever." Total denial. Yeah, he was like, he total denied what happened.
Hey, that was definitely like a first-hand account of what went down.
Yeah, and it's all out. It's based on his life.
Yeah, Oliver Stone, right?
Yeah,
those movies.
Playing on your radio dial is Dionne Warwick. That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for.
Before the psychic network.
Didn't Elton John do that one too with him?
No.
Well, that wasn't one.
It's Dionne Warwick and friends.
Yeah. So it was like a couple of them. I think it was like Elton John and maybe Lionel Richie or somebody.
I remember the video at all.
All right, Cherry, let's get the
cast one.
All right. So we got, of course, first directed by Oliver Stone.
Hey, man. One of my favorite, top 10 directors. He hasn't done anything recently, but he did The Doors. My favorite.
Yeah,
one of my favorites as well.
Did Midnight Express. Did you ever see Midnight Express?
The Doors.
No, you sure?
Oh, there's a reason. Yeah, there's a reason why. This guy got nice little Oliver Stone. Remember Midnight Express?
Yeah.
You know what that's from? Oh, yeah. Do you know the famous scene of that? Wall Street.
Yep.
He did a trilogy of Vietnam movies. Born on the 4th of July.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
That was definitely
I saw that when I finally got to see it a couple of years ago.
Love it or leave it.
Fucking great movie. And it was because it was about going home. Now it's after the Vietnam War.
All right.
This movie actually made me want to go see Apocalypse Now, because that's another one that I've just seen pieces of, but I've never actually sat and watched.
It's a long one, but it's a great movie. Yeah, me and him watched it. We watched the director's cut too, so it was like 3 hours long, 3.5 hours long, or something like that. Yeah.
Amazing.
But and that's what he talks about with the budget, was that he was trying to do everything fast, because there's a big known thing about Francis Ford Coppola went through shit to get that Apocalypse Now. They had freaking hurricanes and the budget just kept ballooning and everything.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yo, we just wanted to get in and get the fuck out."
That's funny. I thought it was something more like Tropic Thunder with the explosions and stuff.
Well, he did have all the cast members go to 2 weeks training.
Good.
And they got treated just like they were going to be, like they didn't eat, they didn't sleep, all that shit. And then they made them go the next day. As soon as they were finished, the next day they started filming because they wanted them to be frustrated, drained, angry. And they said he acted like an asshole too on purpose because he wanted them to hate him. So this way they would have a camaraderie. And shit like that. And because that's what he says. He says there's no other place where you can get a friendship like in a war. But you get friends and then they're gone. and then you don't see them again. They're either dead or you just never see them again.
Yeah, or it's like school and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, you had your whole crew and stuff, and the minute you graduate, it's just like all of a sudden everybody dissipates.
One last thing, real quick. So I watched the director's commentary. The movie's even that much better with the director's commentary.
I can
only
imagine.
because he explains everything that he went through, why he filmed it like that. He also gets some of that confusion out of the way. There's a lot of scenes where it's like confusing what's going on, and he did it on purpose.
Yeah,
Like, you know, because he said, I rarely saw a fucking Vietnamese when he was shooting at them. You were just shooting at fucking woods.
Yeah.
Rainforest, you know, whatever.
Yeah, at that point, man, you scared. You just hitting the trigger.
Just
Get away!
But when you're watching it, it's like you're sitting there listening to a war veteran telling you a story, and then it's like he's got a video to show you about, oh yeah, this is what happened when I did that, and this is what happened when I did that.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting, I was like so enthralled. I was like, I understood it so much better. And as we go along, I'll explain some of that stuff. And that's all I got to say about that.
The cast, forget it. There was like a huge cast in this movie.
Right?
Yeah.
Everybody was in this movie.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody at that time and stuff. So, you know, we got Keith David as King. You know, They Live.
Thing.
Armageddon. I was just watching
yeah,
that today. I was like, oh, there he is again.
He's everything, man.
Yeah.
He's the president
He's
of Rick
awesome.
and Morty.
Oh, man, that's awesome. You know, we got Forrest Whitaker as Big Harold. Francisco Quinn as Ra.
That's Anthony Quinn's son.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If he had one. How is this Stand By Me reference for all you guys didn't get it? We got Kevin Dillon as Bunny.
What a dick, man, right? Most of them were based on real characters.
I could imagine, yeah. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, you talk about like, oh, back in the you know, like the Revolutionary War, you know, the English came and they were just burning people's houses and wet asses and animals and all that shit. It's like we were doing the same damn thing. As soon as the tides are turning, we were the ones, you know, like, that ain't my home.
One of the interesting things about his character that Oliver Stone said was that with him, it was because he was 18 years old. And he does like a little speech toward the end. He's like, "This is the fucking best place. I can do whatever I want. I can fucking shoot guns. I can fucking drink." He goes, and if I die, I die. I'm not gonna know about it.
And especially Phelps. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sidetrack, but you know, he killed that guy, man. And, you know, he was just he was a slow man. He was a slow guy, man. Yeah. Why you gotta do this, man?
He really did club somebody to death. But Oliver Stone says that it didn't happen the way it did in the movie. It happened. He didn't see it.
Yeah. We got John C. McGinley as Sergeant O'Neill. Another guy that's like
Dr.
everywhere.
Cox from Scrubs.
Okay. He's fucking phenomenal.
Then we got Mark Moses as Lieutenant Wolf. Yeah, he's in a lot. It looked like he was in a lot of TV shows.
Put a name in there. I didn't think you were going to put that.
Yeah, what, Corey Glover?
Yeah,
as Francis? Yeah, he's Donald Glover's.
That was the guy I was telling you about that you wouldn't know once I told you. That was Francis at the end. He was stuck in the hole with him.
And he stabbed himself in the leg.
That was awesome. He's like, I'm going home. Look at this. I'm tired of this movie.
A lot of people did that shit.
I would have definitely done that shit.
Absolutely. After they just dealt with that, you know, I don't want to be a coward or nothing. But it's like he said, there ain't no coward in this place.
They would shoot their fingers off and shit like that.
I go for stabbing.
The one thing that they showed on here too is that the mosquito repellent on their feet. That's what it would do to their feet. So this way they can see if they can get out of.
That's good. Yeah, he was like, if you ever do that, I'll kill you.
He said, go get that. What is it? A scorpion or something like that, or a centipede?
Yeah. See if he can walk. That's what. Yeah, he's like ready to cry. He's like, I just want to go home.
That's got to be the most frustrating thing in the world.
Absolutely.
And just seeing like how wet they were and the bugs and shit like that. And but real quick, that's Corey Glover is the lead singer of Living Colour.
What?
Oh shoot, that's awesome.
No way.
And I would have never known. Oliver Stone was like, yeah, that's Corey Glover. Great singer. You wind up becoming the lead singer of Living Colour. I was like, that's fucking cool.
That is cool.
And I looked at him, I was like, that's so cool.
But then we had Johnny Depp as Lerner. We had
one of his first movies too.
Yeah, I was like, wow, he's like more of a background role.
He knew he was going to be big. You could tell by the way he acted and everything.
Oh yeah,
he was going to be big.
Short role.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I was surprised, but I figured, it probably had to be early years or something in his career, or something, you know. Then we had Tom Berenger, you know, Sergeant Barnes.
Tom Berenger, real cool, quick story. I met him. One of the coolest fucking guys I met. It was the cast of Major League was there.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. I remember you telling me the
At
story.
at the horror convention thing. And I mean, that was the same time that too I met Sam Jones, and he was an asshole.
He wasn't as cool as he was in Ted.
All Flash Gordon. Yeah, he was. Don't meet your heroes, they say, right?
Yeah.
But, I saw this movie called Shoot to Kill with Danny Glover and Kirstie Alley, and I used to watch it all the time. It was a really, really good movie with Tom Berenger.
That's so familiar.
They had to go climbing up the mountains. It was like a group of hikers. One of them was a murderer.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay.
Yeah. So when I met him, whatever, I shook his hand, whatever, took a picture with him. And I told him about that movie, and you know what? I didn't even remember he was in Platoon because I didn't remember Platoon. So that's what he probably gets mentioned the most in that in Major League.
Right.
And so when I said that movie, and he just sat there for like 20 minutes telling me the story about the making of that movie and how him and the director still talk. The director's like 100 years old.
No,
he still talks to Danny Glover and everything. He goes, "Oh, Danny's like one of my good friends. Oh yeah, we have dinner every couple of years." I was like, "That's fucking cool as shit." Like, this is what I want when I meet a celebrity.
But you know what? That's what happens though when you have met celebrities. You know, like everybody just comes over, "Oh, I love you" in that movie and stuff. But when you actually had conversations like Leah Thompson, when you actually showed her, "No, I know all about your directing stuff. I know about all your work that you do. I'm a real fan of yours." She was like, "You know what? I want to talk to this guy." You know, she's like, "No,
I got a free picture."
I was gonna say you don't even have to pay for a picture because they appreciate you as a real fan as opposed to just like a Galaxy Quest. You know, my grandpa's hammer is like, yeah, just put the hell away from me already. All right, and then we got William Dafoe as Sergeant Elias. What? Willem. Oh, Willem.
It's not William.
Say William. Yeah, it's Willem.
Willem.
Yeah,
he's
Nordic.
EM
at the end.
It's Nordic. Swedish.
Nordic.
Yeah. Oliver Stone said that the reason why he got him because he's always a bad guy. He always plays a thug and everything. He wanted him to play against type.
Yeah, no, he's still playing an asshole and he got shot for it.
No, he wasn't being an asshole. He was a good guy.
Wasn't. No, Tom Berenger.
Tom Berenger
okay.
was the asshole.
He just didn't like Willem. But Willem
because he had a freaking conscience or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly. But he wasn't really. That's the Green Goblin, right?
Yeah. It's the chops.
I was like, you wasn't really.
At that time, too, he was always playing a bad guy. And he's got that bad guy.
He does. He's awesome as a bad guy.
But it was so great because, it's like a totally different character. He's like a nice character. Taylor, the next person that you're about to say, who is it?
Charlie Sheen.
Yep, Chris.
It's Chris. Which I'm surprised that they put it in. Well, I guess it's I guess by
at the end of the movie, they do it like that too. How they did it here is how they did it at the end of the movie.
No, that's why I'm curious. Was it by order of appearance? Because Charlie Sheen's the main character. Why would you?
No, Charlie Sheen's also the first person you see getting on the plane. He said he wanted to do like the old movies where they would show like because he said there was so many people in this movie. Yeah. He wanted to. He was like, and you're not going to remember who they were if you just saw their names on the credits.
Right.
So he wanted to show the pictures of each one,
scattering them.
Yeah. So they show Keith David doing something. For the movie.
Like Predator.
Okay.
Exactly. And the three main stars are one thing I'm not gonna mention that. So it was nominated for 6 Academy Awards.
Yes.
Won 4. One for Best Picture, Best Director, and Best Editing.
Oh, editing.
And then Willem Dafoe and it was writing and screenplay. Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
And Willem Dafoe and not Charlie Sheen. Tom Berenger both got nominated for Best Actor.
That's why.
They didn't win.
Is that why Ben Stiller was going for it? I can't cry.
So I mean, as soon as the movie starts, too, it's like he's getting off the plane, and the way Oliver says, I'm gonna call him Oliver. OS. Mr. Stone. Oh, real quick, Oliver Stone story. They were filming Wall Street 2 near my old job when I worked on Wall Street. And it was no Barnes and Noble's place. And we were going out there smoking a cigarette and everything. And they had, what's his name? Gordon Gekko's picture. It's like book signing and shit like that. They had it all set up. I was like, oh, that was cool shit. Everybody was crowded around. So I was like, to my friend, let's go over here. I can see Oliver Stone. Not Michael Douglas or anything. I only want to see Oliver Stone because at that time I was obsessed with him because of the Doors movie and all that. And I'm standing there and I'm like, man, I don't see him. Meanwhile, he was standing right next to me. He looks. He's
like, yeah, where's this guy?
he looks so like unshaven and just scraggly looking and everything, just like a regular person. And I looked up, I was like, oh shit, Oliver Stone, and my legs just like buckled off. But when he gets off the plane or whatever, you talk about how the first thing you do is you see the bodies.
Yeah.
And what they are is, it's like the people coming off the plane now are
replacing the bodies.
And shit like that.
Which you think is kind of freaking, you're like, uncouth or whatever you want to call it. But, wouldn't you hide that from the newbies?
No. Nah, man, you want them as close to death as possible. Let them know what they're getting into.
It's not even that. It's not about convenience. It's like, come on, it's not snowflakes, man. It's like,
no, but no, but I'm sorry, but if I'm like, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna kill these people and I'm gonna do this, and then as soon as I get off the plane, I see a whole lot of dead people. I'm like, maybe I don't want to go.
Number 2, there's a draft.
Yes.
Also, a lot of people didn't want to be there.
Yep, a lot of them.
Like Oliver Stone said, like white middle class people weren't there because there was so many rules that they can get out of. Go to college and shit like that, all kinds of crazy stuff like that. Most of those people there most people in Vietnam were poor people, right. Lower class or whatever, and they had no choice to do it. What were we saying? What were we just talking about?
The dead bodies?
The dead bodies. About being haunted. About seeing them and everything. So, like, they weren't really gung-ho. It was like, it doesn't matter. No matter what, they're like, okay. Some of them are like, all right, I could get this.
Well, I mean, I could see also the other psychological portion of that. It's like, no, dying is real here.
Yeah.
Look at it over there, so you better watch your asses and don't be stupid out here, So, I mean, I could see the other aspect of it,
And also the guys were like, oh, you're going to Vietnam, you're going to love it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, I'll see you when you get back. If you come back.
Yeah, well, by the end, Charlie loved it.
Steve Carell did that on The Office, where he went to this guy's shop, whatever. He's like, oh, yeah, it's family owned. I opened it up as soon as I got back from Vietnam. He goes, oh, you went to Vietnam? It was a nice vacation?
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. So now we go into, like, the beginning or whatever, and, like, it's just them going. Just moving, you know what I'm saying? And one thing he was saying was about how, like, in the World War I movies and World War II movies and all that stuff, they're always going somewhere. Yeah. But in Vietnam, you weren't. You were just
walking. Patrolling.
You were just walking. You were just going.
Yeah.
And
just like Forrest Gump said, I just walk for days.
And you could see, like, the claustrophobia, the way he fucking, like, just the bushes and everything, like, they're cutting through, it's like the people falling down the hills. Right. It's just like, everything's, like, so tight and everything.
And also the scariness of it is just like, there's so much brush all over the place, and they're just people propped up all over the place, stuck out in a little foxhole or whatever, just ambush you anywhere, and there was no rhyme or reason. It's not like you was on a path or anything like that. They just scattered throughout the day. And it's on both sides, too. It's not even like it's just you,
I was wondering, how'd you know where you were going if you had to go back to get something or you dropped something?
Well, that's what he said too. He was like, they gave us shitty equipment so that you couldn't even see the compasses.
Yeah.
Because the rain and the steam inside of it. So and like, remember when he had to look through that little fucking tube? He goes, I think it was a piece of shit. Right. He was like, most of the shit that they gave us was a piece of shit. They get to the perimeter. Well, that's where you meet all the characters now. Yep. Charlie Sheen passes out. Yeah. He overpacked. That's what I'm saying. Willem Dafoe right away shows that he's like, he's taking care of. Because the biggest thing is that nobody wants to take care of the newbies.
Yeah, they're all like, they didn't put their time in, they can die.
I got enough on my plate.
Exactly. Yeah.
Trying not to get killed. I got to grab this guy.
Yeah, so, what's his name? Elias. Next time check with me before you go out, whatever. Say, drink water, whatever. And he had the ants on his neck.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they show you the bugs, everything to drive you just mental.
And the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
When they woke up
When he wakes up, it is all over his face.
And you can see the bump. And the 4K, I gotta say that, man. I didn't see it the first time. You see the bumps all over his face and shit like that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't get to see that.
The welts, the welts. Like feedback, man.
He's like covering his face. Like he said, you can hear them in ears. Yeah. That's why he did it like that. So they secure a perimeter. That's what they're gonna they're really gonna keep their base camp. And they have to go to ambush duty. So I didn't know what this was, and all of a sudden fucking really explained everything about how a couple of yards away, a couple 100 yards or whatever, they would set up camp away from the perimeter in case fucking they could ambush them or whatever. And the point of that was everybody's got to stay awake.
Yep.
And everything. That's what O'Neill was like, no. I think it did ambush duty. He's always pussying out of something. He's always trying to weasel his way out of fucking,
being in the front line.
Where the dude fell asleep.
Yeah.
He fell asleep. And then the fucking, that shit, when you just seen the fucking, like, the Viet Cong just slowly coming out of the freak, like,
and he
you didn't even realize it at first.
Yeah, he was, like, scared. He was like, I don't know, am I really supposed to kill these people?
So
this is his first,
the first experience. You're supposed to blow the claymore. Yep. There's an order of it. Blow your claymore, throw your grenade, and then go for your rifle.
Okay.
In that order.
Yeah.
And that's why he kept looking at it in that order, but he couldn't get to each one because it would make a noise or whatever. And then something winds up setting it off anyway. And then first time he gets into a battle or whatever. And just confusion. It's just and then the one guy throws a grenade right over to their own guys. So I didn't catch that the first couple of times.
Yeah.
The guy threw it and he throws it to a couple of the guys that are in front of him. Like, he didn't throw it that far. So he fucking kills one of their own guys. He said that happened all the time.
You kill your own people.
Kill your own people.
Well, I mean, you get crossfire, you know, like all the people in the back shooting, you know, the guy in the front, you know, it just takes for him to look up and, you know.
And it happens more than once in this movie because there's a time where the fucking stupid lieutenant fucking sends the mortars down.
Yeah.
He sits right on top of them.
He's like,
bro,
what
fucking
the
idiot.
Where the hell were you sending the mortars? Did you look at your coordinates?
Yeah. He's like, check your fire.
They go back into the fucking, to the perimeter, and now they get to relax and shit like that, and they find the hut. With all the fucking dudes fucking smoking weed out of the fucking rifle and shit like that.
That was crazy. I really wish I could have been able to do that.
So
growing up,
Oliver Stone did that, and that was when he was introduced to the Doors.
Oh, okay.
1967.
And they was smoking opium, right? In there?
No, he said weed. They said mostly weed.
It was just weed? Okay.
Yeah. He said there were guys that did heroin.
Okay.
He didn't mention opium. It was mostly
No, I
weed.
figure, you know, like,
Yeah,
took a hit of it.
At that time, he said Vietnam had some good fucking weed.
that fucking opium den. So.
Well, that's why I figured, you know.
Yeah, it was
probably
it was just a hangout. So what it was like split up the groups. It was always the potheads and the beer drinkers. And the beer drinkers were like the redneck tough guys, whatever, like Kevin Dillon, like Bunny, and you know, what's his O'Neill and Barnes. You know, and then like you see, like the lieutenant comes over. So nobody likes the fucking lieutenant in real life too.
Right.
Everybody always goes for the sergeant when you're in war.
Yeah.
The sergeant's the one who got the battle scars. You know, an officer is basically a college kid.
Yeah, he knows what the book says to do.
Exactly. So that's why when like in the beginning when Barnes is telling the lieutenant what to do, whatever.
Like, you think it should come from me? Yeah. Do you think it's better for me?
He got into the Doors, and originally because he wrote the script 10 years before, he wanted Jim Morrison to play.
Jim Morrison?
Yeah,
that's
Jim
Morrison.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
But yeah, he just said that's why he did the movie too. But I think the movie was 1990.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I can picture Jim Morrison doing that.
Yeah, I know, really.
But yeah, that foxhole, the scene that you were talking about,
that comes up next.
It was pretty cool, you know, to see the whole like tunnel rat experience, you know, of just going down there. He went through the water, you know, like they had these little.
So they would usually have another group come in there afterwards, but Oliver was like, yeah, I just had to make for time or whatever. So we made him Willem Dafoe be the tunnel rat, whatever, real quick. But that's a scary fucking job.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, him and Forrest Gump.
And it was like he says too, is that like you're looking dead at the woods and you don't see shit there.
Yeah,
it's right there.
Everybody's got fucking
No,
camouflage.
but I mean the bunkers. You don't see the bunkers.
No, because it's all camouflage too and shit.
So it looks like it's part of the regular things, and they're like, no, look really close. And he's like, oh shit, there is a fucking.
Yeah, well, actually, they did that because they walked right up on one. And he's like, hey, look right there in front of you, and he's like, I don't see it. He's like, it's right there. And he's like, I don't see it.
Don't see it.
And that scene's really cool too. It's a very quiet scene, and everybody's just like real quiet, like you know something's about to happen because they keep cutting different things and shit like that, and they're cutting to the tunnel rat.
Yeah. That's got to be so scary. I mean, what if he ran into like a whole room of people playing cards and shit? He's like,
well, that's why he peeked up real quietly, like, go.
And the way that shit happened too, like the guy's just running out, like you can barely even see him because like he covers up the camera or whatever. And he just like bang. I was like, what the fuck? And then the fucking dudes, they find the shit, whatever.
Yeah, and he's like, all right, a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
So that seems fucked up because they're missing that guy.
Yeah, the guy they sent out to look out and stuff.
Yeah, and they can't find him. And then they find him fucking hung up or shit. They said that he was castrated, but they didn't show it.
Yeah, he had his throat slit into like a card, like.
Yeah, but Oliver Stone said that he goes, they found that this would happen where they would find him castrated or whatever. So I think it was supposed to, but they didn't show it.
Yeah, I think that would have turned it into a rated X movie or something like that. You know,
the part that got me was when he had the box of the maps, right?
Yeah, we took.
Yeah, well, listen, he picks it up. He wants to take out the paper, and he's like, "Oh no, I got it!" And he picks up the box. As soon as he picks up the box, thing blows up. He walks out, no arms, complete adrenaline. It's like.
He's looking for the doctor. He needs a Band-Aid. I'm hit.
Medic.
BJ,
nasty.
Remember that old game Beachhead?
Yeah, man, I was thinking about that too. So now they want to find out who did that to their boy, and they find a village. And then that's when everybody right now is pissed off about what they did, because you see their faces too.
Yeah, well, they found weapons. And
well, no, but I'm saying, but like, after they found their dead comrade.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know,
like,
now everybody wants revenge.
Everybody's fucking like adrenaline full on, like, I want to fuck somebody up.
Yeah,
so everybody in there, like, even Charlie Sheen, who's pretty much had
a
this
pacifist, didn't know what he was getting into. He actually signed up for it. He wasn't drafted. He was a rich. He was actually that rich person that you were talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
and Oliver Stone did the same thing. He joined the Vietnam War only because his grandparents were in the Vietnam War, and he felt like this is going to be something that's going to be big in history, and he wanted to be a part of it. Yeah. And he actually did an extra tour too after that.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because the character he based off of himself, I think he was like, his character's supposed to be such an idealist. Yeah. And he goes, but God, dude, where does an idealist have a place in the war? He's like making fun of himself, like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like Joker from Full Metal Jacket. You got born to kill and a peace sign. What's that? Is that supposed to be a joke?
That's when they get that one guy that's with the one leg.
Yeah.
You were talking about. Yeah, and he had cataract. That's why his eye was like that.
No, I thought he lost one eye.
No, it was a cataract, and he couldn't afford it. And Charlie Sheen and a bunch of the other guys gave money to him to an operation.
Oh wow!
Yeah, Johnny Depp and it was a couple of the younger guys. Yeah, I was like, that's fucking cool as shit.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, but he loses it there. Fucking Charlie Sheen. I mean, Chris Taylor. He loses it and everything. He's like shooting at his feet and shit like that.
Dancing. Yeah.
And I was so said he did that. He said I could have killed him. He was like, I'm so glad I didn't.
Wow, that actually happened.
Yeah, that actually happened.
What?
But he didn't get killed. But Bunny did wind up killing somebody like that, smashing his face. But he said he didn't see it. I think we talked about that.
Yeah. We were talking about that. That's still crazy. I mean, just like you just see like. Just how easy it is to just snuff out life, like when you just don't care.
I kept thinking about that the whole movie, like these are young kids, like they're fucking like 18 years old.
But it's like they're not from our country, they're not real people or so it's just like boom, whatever.
Yeah. But even our people that was killed like that, it was just like what the fuck did we die?
No, and I meant everybody. I wasn't just saying Americans.
No,
saying,
but the way we treated them, the way we treat them,
even hostage takers.
The way they treated us too, like when the POW camps and shit like that, like we're animals and the same thing. It was like. But yeah, like you said, it's like this is life, man. It's fucked up, man. War is fucking hell.
I feel like as I got older, I even don't want to kill a bug or something.
Oh, me too,
it's like is it really worth it for me to kill it? Or who am I to take its life? It's precious.
If it's a roach, you got instantly kill him.
You definitely wouldn't catch me saying that kind of crap like 20 years ago. I get beat up.
Yeah, everybody's like fucking high, fucking strong. And like you said, they find the weapons.
Yep.
They find rights.
So now you're part of it. Yep.
Well, they think that they're supplying the NBAs.
Right.
I told Chops in the car, I was thinking so hard. I was like, do not say the G word on the podcast.
Or the Z.
The Z word.
Yeah. The zipper heads. You never heard of that?
No.
Well, the body bag zipper heads.
Oh no, I never heard that.
Yeah. All right. Well, now you know.
I think mine is a little bit more.
Well, no, yours is definitely, racist. That's like calling somebody a jive turkey.
And asking that guy for the information or whatever. And they're just like yelling at him. It's just like everybody's like yelling and shit like that. And they can't hear all the confusion. Like it's just so much confusion. Fucking that lady.
No, but the guy said he's like, they did come here and they killed our elder and they said they'll kill the rest of us if we don't put these guns here. Now you're coming over here saying you're going to kill everybody because they forced us to put this here.
Exactly.
But and the same thing. Who do you believe him? No, but do you believe him?
Yeah.
You're in the middle. Again, you're still pissed off.
I don't know. I believe that old lady that came up and was like, "Yo, we farmers. Why are you killing my pig for? What's wrong with you?"
Either way, man, you still can't you can't judge it.
It's war,
and right now, even us watching it objectively from the outside, okay, they still could be lying.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know.
And not that I'm I'm like some psychopathic murderer or anything, but one thing I always show my son because of movies is
don't put this on the
podcast. Well, I was gonna say never let him go. Because they always come back and get you. Like look at Saving Private Ryan. They let the guy go. At the end, what happened? And then every movie you see, they let him go.
Yeah.
Comes back to bite him in the ass at the end.
Revenge.
Yeah, he shoots her in the head and everything. And it's so fucking gut-wrenching, man, because you just hear the baby in the
Oh, yeah.
It's like, mama. Just everybody going crazy and shit like that. And then fucking Elias comes. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? They go into a fucking, they go out into a fight. All of a sudden, it says he always wanted to film a fight in the dust because he's a big Western fan.
They kick his ball in the dirt and everything. Yeah.
That fight scene was intense too.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, Jesus. I'm with not the sergeant, but
The both sergeants.
not
Elias is the
Elias is Willem
Dafoe.
Elias. I was with Elias totally.
Well, it's inhumane to shoot somebody like that. You kill him
Exactly.
for no reason.
No reason. And you know he's gonna get court-martialed.
And again, like you said, you don't know if they're lying or not.
Well,
You got to capture them, fucking interrogate them a little more.
Right.
You can't just tell right on the spot.
Right.
But they decide to fucking, the lieutenant's acting like a dick. He doesn't know what to do.
Well, they wound up torching the village anyway, so it's like.
But then after they did all that, and then like you see them carrying out the kids and shit like that, and have them on their shoulders and shit like that, like they're helping them out. And shit.
Yeah.
It's like,
it's
it's so fucking like
oxymoron.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Sheen looted his shit when he finds the raping little kid and shit. What the
That
hell
happened
with you?
too. That happened too.
He's like, are you serious? The little kid, you asshole.
Well, he's like, you animals.
Yeah.
You animals. You're fucking humans.
What?
That happened though, for real.
But that's exactly what we're talking about. It's like, there's just no human.
No more out. What's wrong?
And and Oliver, he kept trying to protect. He said, we were angry people there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody was the
No,
same.
well, that turns
Nobody
you
was the
into
same.
animal. Yeah, the animal in you comes out,
Yeah, you just, you become, you got this fucking total new outlook on life. I think he says at one point, he says, like, once you get off that plane, like, reality stopped. Because nothing felt real anymore. Like, you just didn't feel like this was real.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're in the real world. You just go around killing people.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
without,
what Buddy says at
consequence
the
or
end,
anything, you know?
So they tell them they got to go back there. Once they go back to the perimeter or whatever, they tell them they got to go back. Oh, they tell them they're going to split up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Elias is telling the fucking lieutenant what to do.
Yeah.
And the lieutenant's like, I don't know, dude.
Well, that's after they fall under attack by some bunker.
Yeah, they had to go back to the bunker. Yeah,
So now they had
and it's like Charlie Sheen says, we always went back to the same place over and over.
They're going back to see the crime.
Yeah, and they went back there, whatever. And then, of course, now the Vietnamese are coming.
Yep.
And they fucking, start firing, whatever. And they're getting surrounded, so Elias is like, let's flank them from the other side. I can take a couple of men. We'll go to the other side. Boom, we'll hit them from the left.
Great idea.
So you don't get fucking surrounded, because they're about to get surrounded.
Yeah, exactly.
And the lieutenant's like, I don't know if that's going to work. And Barnes is just like, oh, yeah, fucking just go do it, whatever.
Yeah, don't tell me how to run my shit.
Yeah, well, because he says, don't leave my ass hanging in the wind or whatever. He's like, don't you tell me how to run my shit.
Yeah. And good, I don't want, what name is that? I'll go take care of it.
Yeah, so he takes Chris with him, and who else did he take with him? Did he take Quinn? Or whatever.
Chris,
Francisco.
Well, Johnny Depp wanted. I mean, Charlie Sheen winds up going with him too.
Yeah.
He was trying to help the the wounded.
But they go over there, whatever. And then they're like, all right, everybody retreat back to the church. But Elias is still out there, and that motherfucker is badass.
Dude, what?
He was running like a motherfucker. He was like, da-da.
One black. He's taking out half the guys.
Yeah, he was taking out motherfucking people.
Well, that was kind of like Tom Berenger just walking around like, yo, what are you doing? This thing's exploding.
Oh, yeah.
Just like,
So he was based on a real character, too, that got shot in his face, went to Japan, got reconstruction surgery, and hated the Vietnamese so much he joined back in multiple times. So he was not afraid, and they said that he got shot so many times that he never died.
Yeah.
So he wasn't afraid of death anymore. And that was why he was like that. That's why he was.
That's crazy.
Oh, that was the other thing too. The lieutenant has to see when the lieutenant drops the mortars on them.
Yeah.
He sends the fucking the mortars on top of them. He starts killing his own guys and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah.
He runs into Barnes now.
Run the bunch, yeah. And he
Well, they call everybody back. They're like, we're retreating over to the,
yeah.
So, and that's when he went to go.
Barnes is like, yeah. He's like, yeah, Elias is still out there. He's like, oh, I'll go get him. Whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
And Oliver Stone said it too. He says it's very wishy-washy. He's like, did he intend to do that? What he did?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
did he kind of think, like, you know
I think
what?
he
I
did.
got the opportunity right
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
That's what it looked like
exactly,
to me.
That's exactly the way it portrayed
It
it.
looked like more like the opportunity came through. Like he's like, go, let him go out there. Maybe the Vietnamese will kill him.
But I think that's the way Oliver Stone portrayed it to
Yeah,
put that
exactly.
in your mind of he could have gone either way. You know,
Yeah.
I think
Because that
that's what
shit
he's
that
saying.
happened
Yeah.
at the fucking
and
camp.
he did get killed in real life. He never knew if Barnes did it or not.
Yeah.
That part was, that part they what you call it.
Embellished.
But he always kind of believed that Barnes did it.
Yeah.
As he said, that happened all the time. People were just killing each other because they didn't like each other or something like that. And
Nobody's gonna sit there and do a forensic,
exactly.
whose bullet killed him, you know, kind of thing. So
Like, you know what? I'm gonna kill you because I know once we get back, I'm gonna get court-martialed for the shot pulled back at the village.
he's gonna kill him because nobody knows. He's gonna get away with it.
Yeah, exactly.
That too, but
Well, that was the main.
But
Yeah,
that-
well, he was the one that was pressing charges.
yeah, exactly.
Elias was pressing
Elias,
charges.
yeah.
Nobody else is. He was the only one that was a higher ranking person.
Yeah.
that could, press charges.
That's why I was thinking of Barnes deliberately.
I know.
could've
That's
killed him.
why. Yeah, that's why he wanted to kill him. He was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"Fuck it, I got the chance.
Yeah, why not? And he looked at him, he smiled at him, and then he looked at him
The
again.
eyes, man. I
And
love
he's
that.
like-
It's like all of a sudden
he's
the
like,
eyes
oh,
just like wide. I'm
shit.
like, oh.
Well, that's what it
You
is, and then he
motherfucker.
realizes, oh shit, this guy's thinking something different.
I gotta do something. And he shoots him right in the shoulder. Oh, I'm thinking he's dead. Automatically, Charlie Sheen comes running.
so fucking yeah. So yeah, Charlie Sheen, he tells him, he tells him he's dead or
Barnes
whatever.
is dead.
Yeah.
He's dead. Elias.
I've seen him.
Elias is dead.
Yeah.
I seen him.
Yeah, and he's been fucking. That was his boy, man. That was
Yeah.
Well, he was thinking heavily, like, I'm going to go check myself.
Yeah,
and see
exactly.
who's dead. He's
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
but he said there's a lot of
no,
Vietnam down
Barnes
there.
tells him. He says, "I told you I
Yeah.
seen him. Now come on, let's go, move."
No, he said also that there's a lot of Viet Cong down there.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why he was just like,
Yeah. But he was definitely going to go back.
He was going to go back.
Yeah.
But they get on the helicopter and that fucking scene though,
Dude,
when they're
man.
just seeing all the people running, all the fucking Vietnamese running.
Oh,
And
yeah,
that
yeah,
overhead
yeah.
shot. It was like
Dude,
that
that
was
was-
scary.
Yeah, they're
shit.
like, he got Elias.
And then also when Elias comes out and shit like that, it's fucking great,
Fucking-
man. You're like, holy shit. And you can see fucking Barnes' face was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, right, like, oh, shit, I
I
hope we
know
don't
fuck that.
rescue him.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, it's so amazing that shot, that iconic shot when he's like, like you said. When
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way, like, it goes right up to the sky and the helicopter passes right by.
Right by him.
Yeah, it's true. You almost got you, man.
Oh,
you
God,
know?
yeah.
Yeah, they were blowing everybody up, too, man. They almost got him, you know? But you got to think, all those guys are running after him, shooting at him.
He was
I mean, he took a couple of bullets,
Yeah.
but, you know, it's like,
he was out running the whole bunch.
as I say, it's like, this guy has already got shot a
Oh,
couple
yeah.
of times.
Yeah,
He's
There was
running
so
faster
many
than you,
fucking people. There was so
and
many.
you're all shooting at him, and you can't hit him. So, yeah, so now they're back at the, they get to the base camp again, and they get deployed again.
But this time now they're talking about that there's going to be a shitload of fucking Vietnamese.
Yeah,
coming
that they
after
come in them. Yeah, the
Oh,
whole,
yeah.
like, battalion or
Yeah,
something.
some
Regiment.
regiment. Yeah. They set out another group to go out to do the ambush duty. And like they're fucking him and Keith David are sitting there now. They're bonding and shit like that. It was a really cool scene when they were smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Which Oliver Stone says he never did in real life because there's a documentary that has like real veterans. And one guy was like, "Oh man, my platoon, we never did any drugs or alcohol because we had to always be on sharp." And Oliver Stone was like, "Listen, we got high as shit, but only when we never got high when we were on the field."
no.
Yeah, exactly. When you're on base where you got like a whole bunch of
Because
people
you
back
need to
here.
do that. You need to unwind and relax and shit like
Get
that.
away
Yeah.
from reality. Just like that. That's why Bond was like, "Oh, you smoke this shit to get away from reality." I am reality.
That's
Oh,
why
yeah,
I
yeah,
figured.
yeah.
That's why I
Oh,
figured it was
man.
probably opium or something. Because I was like, I smoke weed and
That's a great scene too.
Yeah.
The ones when he comes in
They're
there and he's
talking about
drunk.
killing him.
Yeah, and he was just like, what did he say? Like, welcome to death or something like that? Or
Oh, yo, he got shot 7 times and he never died.
Yeah, he's like, you don't know nothing about death, you know.
It's a
So
weed.
anybody who wants to come get this, get it.
Yeah. And then Charlie Sheen tries to fight him. He gets
Yeah,
fucking rocked.
yeah, smack that real quick and stuff. Yeah,
Then he slices his eye and shit like
My
that.
thing, I had a certain take on the eye slashing. When cutting him in his eye, for me, it was like, forget what you thought you saw about me killing Bonds and just mind your business.
nah, it's more like here's a reminder.
Here's a reminder.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
Next time you think about
He would
fucking
have
with
killed
me.
him.
Yeah,
The other guys weren't there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
All
he
the guys
was
were
saving
saying,
him right
go
there.
ahead, kill him right in front of all of us so we can fucking go rat you
It's
out.
been fucking 10 years.
Yeah, so while Keith David and him are having this heart-to-heart talk and everything,
Right.
you hear the gunfire in the background.
Yeah.
So the ambush team is like, oh shit, they got to the ambush team.
They're not waiting.
That means that they got a certain amount of time. But yeah, they're not even getting like rushed or anything like that. They were just like, oh shit, all right, hopefully they hold them down.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, because you hear it coming in the distance, you know it's coming your way. So
yeah, but I mean, I guess it's that far away where the ambush is set up.
Yeah.
Where they're like, yeah, we got time, whatever. But then the next thing you know, they're fucking
right on top.
Those guys come running, don't shoot me.
That was fucking insane. Yeah, hell yeah. So Oliver Stone said he regretted it now because he wished he did the scene better when the captain. So the captain was the military advisor on the movie. The guy that was always on the mic. Not the lieutenant, the older guy.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. At the end, he
showed more at the end, yeah. And he really wanted to show the horror of like, yo, our ambush team just got wiped out. We're fucked. Yeah. He said, I didn't feel like it came strongly enough. He's like, I really fucking wish I could do that scene again.
But that was cool when Oliver Stone was in the movie too.
Oh yeah,
he got blown up. He got blowed up.
That was Oliver Stone in the. He was inside the bunker.
Remember the guy ran in with the grenade and blew himself up? Okay. That was Oliver Stone.
Not the guy who got blown up.
No,
not the Vietnamese.
The guy giving the guy giving the command.
Yeah, giving command. Yeah.
I'm like, yo!
I was those buddy who goes, and there I am. There's my cameo, and there I go.
That's funny.
I was like, what?
And it's fucking nuts. So now they're like right on top of them.
Yeah.
Like you said, they're seeing that they're in the foxhole, and the fucking one guy that comes out. Everything was shot. All the lighting was done with flares.
No,
all flares. He goes, the what you call it, the lighting guy came up with that idea, and it does. When he said that, I looked at it. I was like, you see all those shadows, like back and forth and shit like that.
It put you right in the middle,
man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And then you get that confusion again, where you don't know where the.
Yeah, is that a shadow or is that somebody moving?
Who's shooting who and what the fuck? Oh, fucking excellent fucking scene. It was really
it was a real nice, intense, last final battle.
Yeah, man.
Kind of and then I love when they go into the wide shots and you're just seeing like the whole battle going on. It looks like something like Gettysburg going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like just all the fucking fighting, whatever.
Yeah, and then the commander, he winds up saying, just blow us all up.
They had no choice.
He's like, we're all dead anyway. You just blow up the thing. Everybody, go find a bunker.
So what perimeter? He's like, yeah, war is hell. Fucking. It sucks, man. It's like we have no perimeter.
Right.
But Barnes is about to fucking kill fucking Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
And just as he's about to kill him, you see like his eyes. You see the fucking
the red dot. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if that was supposed to symbolize like the devil in his eyes, like he's gonna fucking kill him because the flame was behind him. Yeah. So it wouldn't have been a reflection.
Well, it was all over. It was all around.
Yeah.
So true. Because remember, it was all mortars and shit like that.
Oh, yeah. Picking that too about the devil.
But yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that more than metaphor. O'Neill, he fucking puts the body over his head. I always thought about that when I was younger. I was like, yo, I would just hide underneath one of the bodies.
Hell yeah, I would definitely done that.
Absolutely, but it sucks that
cowardly,
at one point, they're going around just stabbing all the dead bodies. So you better they get you the.
Did they do that in a World War II movie or something like that? I feel like they did that in a movie. The guy was hiding there and they just kept stabbing everything and they wound up stabbing something like that.
Or you just gotta fucking shut up and just take it, because otherwise they're gonna be
you figure too, like they're in pits or whatever, so they're like bodies piled up.
Yeah.
Keep going through.
Well, it's also dark and everything, so if you're on top of somebody,
that's true. And there's a lot of stuff going on. So you want quick look? All right, get nobody there. Keep it moving.
Yeah.
And then the stupid dude, man, fucking when he ran. The fucking bangs his head on top.
He knocked himself out.
When he got stabbed with that was the guy who was trying to get out of it with his feet and everything.
Yeah. Well, that's why he couldn't run because his feet is all fucked up.
Like, you are a dumbass.
So now it's like this, the aftermath and everything. Everybody's fucking coming out. Charlie Sheen's still alive. He's all fucked up. And then he sees Barnes is still alive.
Yeah.
That fucking scene was fucking awesome. When he finds Barnes,
he's like because there's a Viet Cong crawling over there, and he leaves him alone. He's like, I want that guy over there.
He's right there. Shoot him.
He's like, fuck that motherfucker. But he's like, I'll go get a medic. And he's like, I said go get a medic. And he looks at him. He's like, oh, okay, I know what's going on. He's like,
and he only had 3 bullets.
You want to kill me? Do it. Boom! Right. No fucking hesitation.
I didn't think he was really gonna do it.
I loved it because usually like in a movie they would dramatize that. Like, do it! Come on, kill me! I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. And then you gotta justify. You killed baby. You killed Doc. You killed.
I seen you kill Patsy.
But yeah, and then also at that, we see Charlie Sheen finally just like have it, and he just gets up and just does like basically like Elias
before the bomb,
and just starts running around and just killing everybody. And his friend there is like, what the fuck is he? Oh, I guess I gotta go because this guy's winning.
That's how he ran into Barnes. Before the Barnes. But he said that he did that because he loved those old World War. So like the old World War I and II movies. There was always like the hero kind of guy.
Autry, the person Wayne, that ran over the hill.
So he goes, I totally did not do that. He goes, I just wanted to show a moment of like fucking. He was just like he had it, man.
Hey, screw that. When you're telling the story, you're the hero.
Exactly. I mean, basically.
And that's it.
He has to go home because he's wounded twice. He says, the guy stabbed himself. He's like, we wounded twice. We're going home.
I didn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah, so if you get wounded twice, you get to go home.
And then O'Neill, he's like, how you doing, O'Neill? I'm great, good. Could you go to the second platoon? He's like,
he's so
what?
Yeah,
because
he just finished fucking surviving that whole thing, and it's like, all right, get back in it now.
Because he asked Bond, he goes, Bond, and I can go home. Then that Chapo came. Because I only got
two more. Feeling, man.
Everybody had a bad feeling about that.
Well, I mean, when you got a regiment coming after you.
So now that really happened, and it was never written in his commentary, but he said that nobody's ever written about it. He goes, I looked in books everywhere about that night that happened. And he goes, I started questioning myself. Did that really fucking happen? Like maybe I just fucking exaggerated it. And then he ran into a couple of soldiers that were there, and that guy, the captain, he was one of the soldiers that were there.
Oh, okay.
And they all witnessed it and everything. He's like, no, that should happen. That should happen. And I fucking forgot to write down.
Well, you know what it is? I'm sure that was just one of many battles.
Exactly.
So it's just like eventually, it's like, when you see a lizard, you're like, oh, cool, a lizard. And then by the time you've seen your fifth one, you're like, it's a lizard. It's like, we're going to tell every story, or just, like the Tet Offensive, kind of stuff.
Yeah, and one thing I appreciate the most about this movie was that Vietnam finally got recognized for what it was. Because everybody always shit on Vietnam.
Right.
Everybody always fucking, we talked about that with Rambo and everything, about how, like, First Blood. Right. How they shit on all the soldiers and everything. Nobody knew what they went through.
Yeah.
And fucking Oliver Stone showed, this is how it was, man.
Like, it wasn't all you know what it was? Everybody was blaming the soldiers for the government's political nonsense.
Exactly. Well, because the government was not telling everybody the truth.
Yeah,
they were putting up the numbers that the Vietnamese were killed by times 10. Meanwhile, no, we were
reducing our numbers,
reducing our numbers when we and then you see the conditions that we were fucking in.
Working in that.
Yeah, I mean, that was fucking...
Well, that's what it is. Once they started televising it, all of a sudden, the American opinion changed. Like, all right, we need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
well,
But they still couldn't convey the shit that these kids had to go through.
Oh, yeah.
It was amazing. I watched that movie. I was just like, I'm like so much more interested in the Vietnam War now. Like, I just want to fucking read up on everything about it.
Yeah, no, definitely.
If I was on New York, I would have stabbed myself twice. If they say I got to do it a second time, and I'm this close to getting home.
Forget it. Yeah, I'm gonna get off the plane. They'll be like, "Where'd you get those 2 stab wounds from? You just got here."
All right, man. Let's get on to the ratings.
Let me guess. You didn't think of a rating system, huh?
I know.
So what are we gonna do? Some dog tags, machine guns, some clips,
mortars.
The key words.
I give it 5 G words. I was like, go spell it now.
Speaking on Scrubs, the oldest doctor, he's talking to her. He goes, "Oh yeah, that lady. Oh, I know that lady. Oh, she's such a nagger." And the black guy walks by and goes, "What you say?" He's a nagger.
So what do we got?
Mortars.
Mortars
killed a lot of fucking people.
Yeah, they did. I'm
cool with it.
I'm gonna go for mortars because I gotta watch it again to catch the stuff to catch the stuff I didn't catch the first time, and but I really enjoyed it. I think everybody should watch it at least once. There's another movie I haven't seen, like Hamburger Hill. I haven't seen that.
That one I don't remember too much either, but it was not in this caliber. No movie was ever in this caliber.
Not okay.
You know, I'm just saying, like,
I tell you, your rating system baffles me.
he says this every time.
Yeah, I definitely would give it like a 4.5. Mortars. Yeah, like I said, I was so like, I can't believe I waited this long to actually watch this movie.
Same.
Like it was just phenomenal. Like it really put you in the shit. And it just like you said, it gave me a whole new understanding of Vietnam, and I'm sure it's just the top of the iceberg of what what really went down and stuff like that. But
and that's one thing he said too is like, he goes, in a movie, this is in the commentary. So in a movie, you have to do everything fast. So because when you're sitting there in the ambush or whatever, and you're waiting there, and the mosquitoes are biting you,
hours and stuff.
You see 5 minutes of this, but we had to deal with that for like 12 hours and shit like that. Right. And the time is just fucking. Just dragging everything.
Or sitting there in the rain, trying to sleep with your poncho. The only,
oh my god,
because they even show you that, sleeping and trying to get some sleep all in
the
monsooning rains and stuff, and
bones would get wet.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree with you, man. 4.5. And the same thing, man. I can't believe I waited this long to watch this movie.
Yeah, I could be.
When I watched it, I texted you that night that I watched it. I was like, dude, we got to do this fucking movie, man. This thing is fucking phenomenal. I'm fucking like. And one of my favorite Vietnamese movies was We Are Soldiers.
Okay, man.
That's when the first battalion that went into, or platoon that went into Vietnam.
Okay.
When they didn't know what to expect.
Oh.
And they got fucking surrounded. Oh, it was a fucking great movie. I love shit like that where it's just like.
Yeah.
But yeah, that fucking paled in comparison to this one, man. This one fucking really. Like, I was scared in that movie with some of the shit that happened, and I was like, this one, I was just sitting there, like, holding my breath. Like,
even the battles, they were, like, up on par with, like, Private Ryan Beach,
big time.
You're, like, just getting you to feel what it was like and how scary and things are zipping and just and lights
20-something years before that, you know what I'm saying? To do that with the
I mean, of course, Private Ryan killed it, with the modern graphics and stuff,
exactly.
The bullets whizzing and all that kind of stuff, but, yeah, it definitely, it was up there.
Yeah, definitely. All right, that's our show, man. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Don't forget to hit that like button.
And subscribe.
And subscribe, definitely.
And the little bell.
I think you're doing it, but we just love it. Cable Guy is like one of my all-time favorites, so, forget it.
All right, have a good night. See you next time.